Hello everybody, it's Foxy speaking, and welcome to another episode of Foxy's Fun Inspirational Chats. And today I will be your host. And in this episode, this is the continuation of Learning Steam Railway History with Foxy. I've just got to see where I last was. Sorry if I'm going a teensy little bit quickly, but just got to get to where we last were. So we've almost completed it, but not fully completed it as of yet. There we are. Lakeside and Haverthwaite Railway, Cumbria. Staveley, 9 miles, 14.5 kilometres south of Windermere. It is a cruel irony that the Lake poets, and in particular Wordsworth, created a fascination for the romantic beauty of the district and then felt compelled to turn their pens to resisting the means whereby large numbers could enjoy it. However, it was the other railway to reach the shore of Windermere, the still open Kendal and Windermere, that was the subject of Wordsworth's vitriolic poem. By the time the Furness Railway reached Lakeside in 1869, Wordsworth had been dead for 19 years. The headquarters of the 3.5 mile, 5.5 kilometre Lakeside and Haverthwaite Railway is the latter station curiously positioned between two unlined tunnels like the bizarrely sited stations between the Ligurian Sea between Genoa and La Spezia. The original idea was to connect with the main railway line further south at Plimpton, but a road widening scheme put paid to it. The tank locomotives that operate the line have a stiff climb out of Haverthwaite, running parallel with a line that served Backbarrow Ironworks until it closed in 1967. The finest views are over the Leven Valley to the east of the line, with the river frequently in sight. A large factory producing ultramarine rickets blue is passed on the right, and more picturesquely a waterfall and adjacent mill can be seen before the small halt at Newby Bridge is reached. It was while staying at the Newby Bridge Hotel in 1931 that Arthur Ransom wrote Swallows and Amazons. The halt, used during World War II to bring prisoners to the Grisdale Hall prisoner of war camp, is the start of a number of fine walks, but visitors should not miss the section of the line from here to Lakeside, for it is the most scenic part, passing through oak woods and skirting the south end of Lake Windermere. The station buildings provided by the Furness Railway for its train and steamer services at Lakeside were so splendid that some shareholders complained of extravagance. Sadly, they were almost entirely demolished before the Lakeside and Haverthwaite took over. However, steamers still connect with trains for a 3.25-hour cruise of the lake, which can be prolonged by visiting the Windermere Steamboat Museum. Amongst the elegant vessels in its collection is the steam yacht Esperance, which Arthur Ransom immortalized as the houseboat in Swallows and Amazons. Train service Easter week and April weekends. Then daily from late April to October. Telephone 015 395 31594. North Yorkshire Moors Railway, North Yorkshire, Pickering, 16.5 miles, 26.5 kilometres west of Scarborough. The appreciation of landscapes may be subjective, but few would argue with the claim that the scenery enjoyed by visitors to the North Yorkshire Moors Railway is some of the finest on any preserved railway. Moreover, the 18-mile, 29-kilometre railway can be reached by the charming rail-track branch line that runs from the shadows of the Transporter Bridge at Middlesbrough through Eskdale to Whitby. The interchange at Grosmont is almost across the platform. If you are not arriving by rail, there is more parking space available at Pickering, and the nearby Beck Isle Museum provides an introduction to life on the North York Moors. The attractive Stone Station building is the first of many fine period structures on the line, including goods sheds and signal boxes. The only note of incongruity is the bizarre use of coloured light signals at Pickering. For the first half of the 1-hour journey, the railway closely follows the course of Pickering Beck through roadless Newtondale. This unspoilt valley was scoured out by glacial action and offers walkers many opportunities which are indicated on information boards at Levisham and Newtondale stations. Soon after the train leaves the passing loop at Levisham, the architectural folly of Skelton Tower can be seen to the right, erected by an eccentric Victorian vicar of the same name. The steep climb up the valley continues to the derelict summit signal box at Newtondale, where passengers need to request a stop. A way-marked path leads through the woods to the west of the line back to Levisham, where walkers can continue their rail journey. Beyond Newtondale, the gradient eases as the train leaves the forest behind and enters a section of open moorland. To the right can be seen the early warning station at Fylingdales, where the 3 golf ball structures are being replaced by a pyramid. At Ellerbeck, the line is crossed by the Wake Walk, which links the coast at Ravenscar with Osmotherley. The observant eye will detect traces of an abandoned railway formation on the west side of the line, which was then course of the railway until 1865, when the present line was built to eliminate a major hindrance to the railway, the inclined plane from Goathland down to Beckhole near Grosmont. Horses and then locomotives had to haul carriages and wagons to the foot and summit of this incline, which was operated by cable powered by a stationary steam engine. Oh, brilliant. It is well worth breaking the journey at Goathland. This station is the most attractive on the line, with some fine northeastern railway signals, a historic railway trail leading to the route of the incline with boards explaining its history and the significance of the remains, and for those with plenty of energy, there are some of the best walks the North York Moors has to offer. A circular walk for which boots are needed takes you past the celebrated Malyon Spout waterfall and one of the best preserved stretches of Roman road on Wheeldale Moor. The descent of the line to Grosmont is one of the loveliest sections, dropping down through the woods and crisscrossing Erebeck before it joins the Mercask at Beckhole. The noise and smoke of ascending trains as they struggle up the fearsome 1-in-9 gradient is one of the most stirring sounds and sights to be enjoyed on a preserved railway. This is the place for some excellent photo opportunities with plenty of good angles for photographers. As you near Goathland, the long line of the Esk Valley cottages and the track bed of the old line can be seen to the left. Soon after, the railway's locomotive workshops and depot can be seen on the right, with a rare example of a mechanical coaling plant built since the end of steam on British railways. A whistle from the locomotive and you plunge into the double-track tunnel that brings the train to journey's end, and a final glimpse of the Merk Esk. Before leaving Grosmont, take a walk through Stevenson's original 1836 tunnel parallel to the newer one. It leads back to the engine shed and a viewing gallery in the workshop. The history of this railway is particularly interesting. The Whitby and Pickering was an early line built by the father of British Railways, George Stephenson, and opened with the noisy celebration of 5 bands and 7,000 people in 1836. A book in tribute to the railway was even published in the same year, The Scenery of the Whitby and Pickering Railway, illustrated by G.H. Dodgson, who was apprenticed by Stephenson. Charles Dickens was amongst the early travellers on the quaint old railway, commenting on the use of horses for part of the way. Train service weekends in March and daily from April to October. Centre specials, telephone 01751 572 508 573 535. The end. For now, that is. And I'm just going to check how many more pages we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got a few more to go, and then we're done with Steam Railway History with Foxy. Just to say, we've almost completed the very book when reading about the history of certain preserved steam railways. So we're almost complete, and then we can move on to other fun things within the Foxy's Fun Inspirational Chats. But first, I want to get Steam Railway History with Foxy done, or learning Steam Railway History with Foxy completely done first. Thanks all everybody for watching, and I shall certainly see you in the very next video. Ta-ta, another time. From Foxy.